right, happy Wednesday, September 14th, 2022. Money. Let's talk about money. What is money? It's got to be able to be useful if it's money. It's got to be a store of value. In other words, it has to hold your energy. It's like a battery. It has to not leak all its energy out. You get a $100 bill, save it for 10 years, it should still buy $100 worth of stuff, right? Not so much. That's not good money. It's a battery. It just leaks. Doesn't hold the charge, the energy. All right, that's why gold for a long time has been sound money. A lot of people, that's what they, that's like the ultimate store of value, they will tell you. And silver too, but mostly gold. Central banks hold gold. It's been used for thousands of years as money. Well, there's a bit of a problem with it. See, we live in this mobile society, this digital society. It's very hard to transact in gold. It's very heavy. You got to transport it. It takes armed guards. You got to fly it around the world. Your governments are transacting. It's not an easy thing to do in this modern age. In the past, when things were slow and you couldn't really verify, transactions digitally, made sense. Take possession of your gold. Have it in your possession, vault it. But even then, it became so cumbersome that, all right, I'm going to hire this company, this, Brinks, whatever it is, to vault the gold for me. And it's continued to this day. Because when people want to take possession of it, it's a pain. What am I going to do? Do I have to dig a friggin', underground safe under my house or a tunnel system or something to where I can store all this stuff safely and securely? And it's tough. It's heavy. But it worked. It can't be destroyed. It never changes its properties. You can bang it and steel, or like steel. You can hammer it. You can make it paper thin. You can burn it. You can put it at the bottom of the ocean. You can't destroy it. And so it's got that going for it, that's for sure. But, in the modern day, as great as gold is, it just doesn't fulfill the purpose of monetary transactions in a world where, everything's online, everything's digital. We need to, make a transaction and send it to China, Japan, across the world, Europe, doesn't matter. You can't do that with gold. You can't have it in your possession. You got to wait for it to get into your possession. And then, what if some freaking, it's on a boat and, pirates hijack it around the, coast of Africa, Madagascar. So that's the problem. But the brilliance of what has happened with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in 2009 with the, the first block being mined in January, what happened was, you have a system to where you don't have to take possession of it physically. You can have virtual possession. In other words, you still have possession of that asset, but it's backed up by all the computers running that code in the background around the world. That network is validating that, hey, this poker chip moved to that pile, and it's verifiable. It's an online ledger that all these computers keep track of. That, in and of itself, has its own inherent value, its own intrinsic value, because you can move this asset, which there's only so many of, and that's proven by math. You can always mine more gold. You don't know how much there is. Might be a lot of it in the Grand Canyon, according to Big Swear, and these national parks that are locked up. I mean, you flood the market with a lot of gold. The gold you're holding isn't holding a lot of value. Bitcoin, Litecoin, even DigiByte, they have a fixed supply. You know how many there are going to be. Therefore, when you hold so many, it can't be inflated away by a government that just walks in and says, yeah, we're going to open up the Grand Canyon and mine all this gold out. You're like, wait a minute, that's got like 10 times the supply on Earth. So that means my gold basically took a 90% haircut in value. You don't have that. So you have the security to know what you have. There's only so much. As long as you hold it, you're just going to get wealthier because you have an asset that more people want. And it's not enough to go around for everybody. Not everybody can have one Litecoin. They can't. They can only have 0.001 Litecoin. Or 0.01, sorry. 1/100th of a Litecoin. And you can transact with it instantaneously. No bank, no central government's involved. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Nothing can stop that. Hold it in your own possession. And you can do it privately now with Mimblewimble. No one knows how much you have. No one knows that you're sending it. It's digital cash. So it solves a lot of the problems. And I mean, you've got people still out there, though, saying that gold is the only answer. Gold's the only answer. Crypto's no good. No. And yet, a guy like Peter Schiff, if you go to schiffgold.com, accepts payment in Bitcoin. Because even the gold guy understands that if you want to get payments from a website, you want to get digital payments, you're going to take Bitcoin, you're going to take cryptocurrency, because that's what is needed in this digital world. You need sound money for the digital age. You need something like Litecoin. If you haven't looked into Litecoin, take a look at it. Won't regret it. All right, always trust yourselves. Love y'all. I gotta go. Hope you have a wonderful day.